Hi guys, so in this video I wanted to respond to another comment that I received, and this comment is from Tracy. And so she commented, she actually has two separate comments and each of them is a question. So I want to try to address it. I'm not exactly sure if the information that I have is going to answer her question because I'm a little bit confused on the question. So the first question she asked is an assisted living compatible to a high-end nursing home? And her other question is, how many residents per aide do you have? So in assisted living, I actually had the highest number of staff to resident ratio working in an assisted living than I did in any other setting. Now, there are plenty of reasons for that. And one of those reasons would be that not a lot of the residents at the assisted living really need that hands-on, personal, total dependency type of care compared to a nursing home. Now, I will say that working at an assisted living, many times I had over 20 residents to myself. And like I said, that was because a lot of them were not they needed assistance with transferring from their chair to the toilet or from the toilet to the chair, or they needed somebody to stand by and watch, or stand by, not necessarily watch because that sounds creepy, but stand by while they shower in case they need assistance with something, or just for stability so that they don't slip and fall. It was more like that at an assisted living, not necessarily you need somebody to change you, although we did have a few that we needed to change. People that didn't really need a whole lot of assistance. Now, there were certain people that needed assistance, but like I said, for the most part, that was not part of assisted living. Now, as far as addressing your question with, is an assisted living compatible to or comparable to a high-end nursing home? I've never worked in a high-end nursing home. I have worked in nursing homes. When I think of a high-end nursing home, I think of the luxury nursing homes where it's not really a Medicaid facility per se, and there's nothing wrong with the facilities that accept Medicaid. There's nothing wrong with needing Medicaid to pay for your nursing home care, but the luxury nursing homes are going to be what has the best level of care. And I did take a few screenshots, so that's why I'm looking down. I have my little phone here. So like I said, when you say high end, what I automatically think is luxury nursing homes. So I took some notes or screenshots of notes for, luxury nursing homes. So luxury nursing homes are different from other nursing homes in that they not only look better, they offer superior care. The majority of nursing homes in the US accept Medicaid as their primary payer source. That doesn't mean that patients in nursing homes don't pay privately. They do, but many will deplete their assets and then they need Medicaid to cover the rest of their nursing home stay, which Medicaid, after you deplete your assets, once you qualify for Medicaid, Medicaid will pay 100% of your nursing home costs of care. Medicaid covers 62% of nursing home residents across the country. So most of these nursing homes are owned by private investment or private equity firms that cut costs in order to make a profit. So let's see. If money is no object, it is easier to navigate the nursing home landscape than for people who have limited resources, which is the difference between a regular nursing home and a luxury nursing home, because the people that can afford to pay more have this better level of care, less staff turnover, stuff like that. So people who are looking for luxury nursing homes will look for the following differences. So this is what I was kind of just talking about. A higher staff to resident ratio. So luxury nursing homes have a higher staff to resident ratio. More staff means better care in almost all cases. If your loved one needs an aide or a nurse, they won't usually have to wait as long for a response. In other nursing homes, staff may be stretched too thin, caring for too many residents at once. One of the major complaints in a majority of nursing homes is how long residents have to wait for staff to respond to the call lights. Another thing about luxury nursing homes is they usually have modern, state-of-the-art physical and occupational therapy gyms to provide therapies to their residents. Now, nursing homes that I have worked at in the past do have physical therapy and occupational therapy, speech therapy if they need it, or they'll send the patient out to receive those services, but they may not have the most up-to-date, state-of-the-art equipment, or they aren't able to provide those services, which is why they have to send them out of the building. Now, like I said, a luxury nursing home has more money coming in because Medicaid doesn't always pay the best when you're reimbursing for care. So they have the money to get the most state-of-the-art equipment, the nicest looking gym, the nicest looking everything, and they have adequate staffing. So another thing would be better cleaning and infection control. Unfortunately, a luxury nursing home is more likely to be cleaner than one that isn't. Much of this is due to staffing shortages at other nursing homes, making it hard to keep up on routine cleaning. In addition, you should expect infection control and safety protocols to be a top priority at a luxury nursing home. I think with COVID, a lot of this is at every nursing home, but probably now that states are relaxing their requirements, nursing homes are probably not keeping up with it as good as they should. And that's not necessarily saying that every nursing home is this way, but when you don't have enough staff to cover, cleaning and, care and things like that, stuff gets shortcuts. Even a nursing home that looks good on the surface may not have a good record of infection control. Nursing homes can vary in terms of the amenities they offer. A newer nursing home can add extras as part of a new build project. This is true of like CCRCs, which if you don't know what a CCRC is, it's like a continuum. It's like a community with continuum care or whatever. I can't think of what the acronym stands for right now, but it's usually like a retirement community where they have like independent living, they have assisted living, they have skilled nursing, and some of them have like memory care and stuff like that. So you can start out in independent living, and if you need more assistance, you can move to assisted living and stuff like that. I've worked at a couple that are like this. So some CCRCs, like I was saying, most CCRCs have independent living all the way through to like skilled nursing and nursing home care. And a lot of the newer CCRCs are trying to be more attractive to senior citizens. So they are doing pools for therapy. They have transportation with flexible scheduling, medical massage, a variety of food choices. And yeah, I think it's really funny. I was looking up costs of luxury nursing homes, and it depends on a lot of factors, obviously, but where you live, type of community, the national monthly median cost of a private room in a standalone nursing home is $8,821. And I know when I worked at my very first ever memory care job, the average cost of a room was over 10 grand. And that was a nursing home, but it was because of memory care services that they charge that much. So a CCRC will have a different financial model. The average initial payment for a CCRC is $329,000, but it can top $1 million at some communities. Once residents move in, they then pay monthly maintenance or service fees that typically run from $2,000 to $4,000. So you usually also have a CCRC contract, which you would want to have an attorney look at, obviously. And the concept behind a CCRC is that you pay upfront and then you pay monthly for any care that you need for the rest of your life. So like I said, you would start in independent living, and then as you needed more care, you can transition through the different phases of the CCRC, all on the same campus. So I also found that the most expensive place, the most expensive room was in Alaska. Let me find that. So in 2020, the annual cost for a private room at a nursing home in Alaska was $436,540. That's the most expensive nursing home in the United States. And the second most expensive state for a private room in nursing home facilities was Washington, D.C. So on the one hand, I think that there are a lot of ways that an assisted living would be comparable to a luxury nursing home, but in a lot of ways it isn't, because like with a luxury nursing home, you're getting, you're almost guaranteed all of these additional services and the best top of the line, state of the art stuff. But with an assisted living, you could have an assisted living that's more like a home where it's a small type setting, or you could have an assisted living where it's like a huge facility and you don't really have much interaction with other people, depending on the community. And so I think that it's best to do research if you're trying to work in one of these settings. Like I said, I've worked at CCRCs in the past. I've worked at 2 that I know of. One that was trying to be one, but wasn't really, because they were like kind of transitioning into different things. But, I would say that in some ways it's comparable, but in other ways it's really not. I think luxury nursing homes are more, like I said, top of the line, state of the art, but with assisted living, a lot of times, like the more modern assisted livings, the newer ones, are very nice. They are very top of the line. Like they have some of the best things. But if you get into an older assisted living facility, whether you're working there or trying to live there, it may not be top of the line, state of the art, but it is a little bit nicer than having to live in a nursing home, if that makes sense. So anyways, I hope that this answered your question. I'm sorry if it didn't. I was a little confused as to whether you meant like a luxury nursing home or something that was more skilled, because assisted living is definitely not skilled. A true assisted living, you shouldn't need to use lifts or anything like that. Like I have shared in previous videos that I worked at an assisted living where we had Hoyer lifts and sit-to stands, and that's not a true assisted living facility. It really isn't. So if that's what you mean, then I hope that answered your question. Anyways, if anybody has any other questions, please feel free to comment and I will address them as I am able to. And if you have any other topics you'd like me to talk about in a future video, please let me know that as well, and I will get something filmed for you. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys next time.